Before going to drama, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you. The story begins with our female lead, Shia, who is scolding her dog because he always brings random things from outside. Then, she puts some pedigree in a bowl and feeds him. Just then, a news bulletin appears on TV, reporting that archaeologists have found some ancient and mysterious artifacts. Shia switches off the TV, and at that moment, her dog starts signaling something to her. When she looks at the bowl, she finds it empty and assumes that the dog has eaten all the pedigree. She refills the bowl, and that's when she notices that the bowl is faintly glowing. The story now shifts to another timeline, set in the past, in a place where people are suffering from extreme hunger and thirst. The Commander General Yo Yen sits in front of a similar bowl and begins to pray. Suddenly, the bowl magically fills up on its own. Everyone around considers it a miracle from the gods. We realize that the pedigree Shia is putting into her bowl is being transported to this one in the past. Yo Yan's general tastes a piece of the pedigree and says it's like nectar, something he has never eaten before. Yo Yan then orders the food to be distributed among the citizens. Meanwhile, Shia is exhausted because no matter how much she fills the bowl, it never seems to get full. She keeps adding pedigree again and again, and eventually tries filling it with water. On the other side, Yo Yan is troubled by the lack of water, but then the bowl begins to fill with water too, bringing him relief. The general suggests that if they reserve the food and water only for the soldiers, they could survive for months. But Yo Yan, in anger, insists that the people deserve it first. He says that they've come this far only because of the support of the people, so all food and water should be distributed to them before the soldiers. The scene shifts again, and Yo Yan is now burning a piece of paper and putting it into the bowl. On the other side, Shia is staring intently at her bowl when suddenly, smoke and ashes burst out, hitting her face. Frightened, she throws the bowl away. Then she notices her dog chewing on a bone. She snatches it from him and throws it into the bowl. After that, she begins tossing more of the dog's things into it. Back in the past, while Yo Yan and his people are praying, suddenly a bone drops out of the bowl in front of them. At first, they think it's an enemy attack, but soon realize it's edible. They think, we can make soup out of this, and start to get excited. Then more food items like chocolates and canned food begin to fall from the bowl, and joy returns to everyone's faces. Then he writes something on a piece of cloth with his blood and places it into the bowl. On the other side, Shia receives that cloth, and when she reads it, she finds out that Yo Yan, who is in a war with his army, is asking for help because they have no food or supplies left. At first, Shia thinks the cloth was just something her dog picked up from somewhere. But then she begins to suspect that maybe all of this is real. She goes to her storeroom, where her parents had stored a lot of supplies that were soon going to expire. Shia starts putting all of that food into the bowl. Meanwhile, when Yo Yan and his people receive it, they are stunned by the quality of the flour and rice. The general once again suggests they should pray for more, but Yo Yan tells him to stop being greedy. Instead, everyone puts gifts like gold and jade pendants into the bowl. Shia had already put in a lot of items and was exhausted when suddenly, some people forcefully enter her house. They claim that her father had taken a loan of 100 million, and now she either has to leave the house or marry a man who would gift her an apartment. Shia remembers that her father had only taken a 10 million loan and had even repaid a part of it, but she has no proof. Furiously, she tells them she will return their money, but for now, they should leave the house. As they leave, they threaten her, saying she has only 9 days left. Shia is stressed, but as she walks near the bowl, she sees that gold bars and jade pendants are coming out of it. She starts wondering whether the bowl is now giving her treasure or whether someone from the other side is sending it. Without overthinking it, she takes the items to her uncle, who is a jewelry expert. Her uncle examines the gold bars and says they are extremely rare and worth millions. When he sees the jade pendant, he is shocked and tells her it's from the Hyo dynasty, last seen with Yo Yan himself. Shia remembers the letter which said that Yo Yan and his 300 soldiers faced 300,000 enemies. Then her uncle tells her to attend an upcoming exhibition where she could find out the true value of the jade pendant. Back at home, Xia starts researching about Yo Yan, but doesn't find much information. On the last page, it is written that the king had erased all records of Yo Yan, so no one would remember him. Later, Yo Yan died. Reading this, the book falls from Xia's hands, and she starts wondering how she could save him. She remembers that a war is going on and there's a food shortage there. She quickly orders 17 million worth of food online, but then realizes it'll take time to arrive. So, she rushes to the supermarket and starts buying all the food she can find. Seeing this, the people and staff there are left completely shocked. Yo Yan was very troubled when he learned that the citizens had started a protest. He tried to calm them down, but they were furious because they hadn't eaten in days. They believed that Yo Yan and his soldiers were eating while ignoring the people's suffering. Yo Yan tried to explain that everything he was doing was for them, and even though the king had banished them from the kingdom, he was still with his people. He asked them to start praying, but just then, a man shouted, "Does food even come from praying? This is all just a joke." Yo Yan began to panic, worrying about what he'd do if no food arrived. But then, suddenly, a huge amount of food began falling from the bowl. Everyone was shocked at the quality of the rice, and the hungry people ate like they hadn't seen food in ages. Just then, a voice came from the bowl. It was Xia asking, "Is your name Yo Yan? And are you from the Yo dynasty?" Yo Yan was stunned and wondered how she knew about him. He responded that yes, he was Yo Yan and thanked her. Xia replied, "I'm not a god, but I still want to help." Yo Yan then asked, "If you're not a god, then who are you? And why are you helping us?" Xia said she couldn't explain it all and asked him to just consider her a god and tell her what he needed. Yo Yan said he needed food for 300 people. Xia said he would get the supplies, but in return, he'd have to send her gold. Yo Yan agreed. He then asked the people to start praying again, and more food came from the bowl. Yo Yan told everyone that sweet potatoes could grow with little water and had a quick harvest time. Everyone was happy that they wouldn't have to starve anymore. That night, the general asked Yo Yan if it was right to give gods gold and jade, since they were such valuable things. Yo Yan replied, "Nothing is more precious than our people. If we're not alive, what good is gold?" Meanwhile, Xia was doing calculations when she received a call from her aunt, who wanted to take over her house. Angrily, Xia said, "Have you ever done anything that makes you worthy of being called an aunt?" Her aunt threatened her, saying that if she didn't return the money within 2 days, she'd end up on the streets. Xia said, "Keep dreaming," and hung up the call. Back in Yo Yan's world, his camp was under attack by enemies. Meanwhile, Xia bought a large amount of supplies, stored them in her storeroom, and was making a payment to the delivery man. Suddenly, the same old man who had earlier proposed marriage to her appeared again. Xia didn't even recognize who he was. He said he was her blind date, and Xia replied, "I'm not dating anyone right now," and told him to leave. Then the man revealed that he was the general manager of Hing Cheng Group and said Xia should feel lucky that someone like him came to date her. Xia tells the man to leave, but he says he's an orphan and has no one to take care of him, so she should be grateful. Just then, the delivery boy asks for payment. The man offers to pay, but says expenses will need to be reduced after marriage. The moment he hears that the bill is 88.5 million, he backs off. Xia says, "If you can't even pay this much, stop dreaming about marriage," and calls her dog, who starts chasing the man. Scared, he runs away. Back home, Xia finds another jade stone from the bowl. She thinks she should ask her uncle about it. When she shows him all the jade pieces, he tells her that these stones are extremely rare. Xia then asks him about Yo Yan. Her uncle tells her that the previous owner of their shop used to read a lot about Yo Yan. He gives her a book that might contain some useful information. Meanwhile, Yo Yan's health is deteriorating rapidly. As Xia reads the book, she wonders why none of this information is available anywhere else. Her uncle explains that the book is handwritten and has been passed down from ancestors. He also tells her that his friends were amazed after seeing Xia's jade pendant. He gives her an invitation letter and says she must attend the upcoming exhibition. In the other timeline, letters start coming out of the bowl, and Yo Yan's condition worsens. His general informs him that many soldiers are infected with plague, and they have no more space to isolate the sick or medicine to treat them. Yo Yan, furious, tells them to find medicine and then collapses while begging the gods for forgiveness. Back at home, Xia finds several letters in the bowl. After reading them, she realizes that a plague has spread through the dynasty, and people are dying with fever and cold symptoms. Worried, she cross-checks the information in her book and confirms it's all true. She begins searching for the right medicine. Meanwhile, Yo Yan opens his eyes, believing this might be his final moment. He tells the general to take him to the bowl. Once there, he asks the gods for medicine and forgiveness. At that moment, Xia's voice is heard, encouraging him to stay alive. His eyes open again, and medicine starts coming out of the bowl. As Yo Yan picks up the medicine, he finds a small diary inside, which contains instructions on how to take the medicine. A photo falls out. It's Xia's. The general sees it and says, "Maybe she is our goddess." Yo Yan hides the photo, tells his men to distribute the medicine, and takes some himself. Then he gazes at Xia's photo intently. Soon after, he learns that the enemy is planning a massive attack, so he begins preparations to confront it. Now the scene shifts to the exhibition, where many important people have gathered, hoping to meet Tion, who is hosting the event. Xia's aunt and uncle are also there, plotting to take over her house. The aunt proudly claims that only those with items valued over 10 million can participate in the event. She brags about having a vase from the Lian dynasty, which is extremely valuable. Everyone starts praising her. Just then, Xia arrives carrying a bag. When Xia arrives at the exhibition, her aunt mocks her, saying, "This isn't a trash dump. It's not for people like you. Go back." Xia replies, "What I bring or where I go, why does that matter to anyone else?" She explains that she's brought some ancient items with her. Her aunt proudly shows off her valuable vase, saying that only those with items worth more than 10 million are allowed entry. She has her vase examined, and the expert confirms it's from the Lian dynasty and is probably worth around 13 million. Her aunt taunts Xia again, saying if she doesn't return the money today, her house will be taken away. Xia calmly responds, "You'll get your money today." Then, she displays her own items. Upon seeing a small vase, the expert says it seems very rare, but he can't clearly identify the dynasty it's from. Xia shows her invitation letter, claiming she has an official pass to enter. Everyone laughs, and her aunt says no such letter exists. Just then, Xia begins dialing a number. Her aunt sarcastically says, "Calling your uncle? The one who sells jewelry." But at that moment, the president of the exhibition arrives and walks directly to Xia, escorting her inside. While leaving, Xia shows the letter to her aunt and says, "Looks like this letter actually works." Others tell the president they are VIP guests too. The president asks Xia if she knows him, to which she replies, "No," and walks inside. Meanwhile, Yo Yan gets the news that both the Zhou and Qian dynasties have launched a double-sided attack. The enemies have over 100,000 soldiers, while Yo Yan's side lacks weapons and armor. Yo Yan says, "No matter what happens, we must not give up. We must protect our people." Back at the exhibition, Xia has been granted entry. A little later, her aunt also enters, brought in by Shu, the same guy who wanted to marry Xia. Shu tells Xia, "Sit on my lap and maybe I'll forgive you." Hearing this, Xia walks up to him and kicks him hard. Furious, Shu shouts, "How dare you?" Xia replies, "You think I'd date a pig like you? What gave you that idea?" As she walks away, Shu starts apologizing, but Xia calls him an idiot and walks toward the VIP seats. Her aunt tries to stop her, saying she can't sit there. Xia shows her seat number, which is indeed among the VIP seats, shocking everyone. At that moment, the president arrives. The aunt complains to him that Xia is a fraud. But the president, now visibly angry, says, "She is a special guest, and my boss personally told me to take care of her." Everyone is stunned. Then, the auction begins. Each participant submits their valuable item for bidding. The one whose item receives the highest bid will get a chance to meet the boss. One blue pot starts at 6 million and goes up to 16 million. Another vase starts at 15 million and goes up to 21 million. Xia gets bored watching all this, wondering what Yo Yan might be doing at that moment. Suddenly, her mystical bowl begins to glow, and a letter emerges from it. When Xia learns from the letter that Yo Yan's army has been attacked, and they don't even have proper weapons or bulletproof vests, she becomes deeply worried. She wonders how she can help and where she could possibly get those things from. Just then, it's Shu's turn on stage. Instead of giving his item to the staff, he walks up himself to submit it. At first, the experts seem impressed, saying it looks valuable. But shortly afterward, it's revealed to be just a urine pot, a container used for peeing. Hearing this, everyone bursts into laughter, and Shu becomes a laughingstock. Refusing to believe it, he smells the pot and claims it was used by a king. His ridiculous behavior makes everyone laugh even harder. Xia says, "It's just a simple urine pot. Stop embarrassing yourself and come down." Shu replies, "If you think this is nothing, then show us something valuable yourself." Xia then pulls out a black stone from her bag. People laugh again, saying it's just a plain rock, not even worth a rupee. Just then, Mr. Zhang, a VIP guest, walks in and bids 1 billion for the black stone. Everyone is shocked, especially Shu. Shu tells Mr. Zhang that Xia is tricking him and claims he can bring 10 stones just like it. Mr. Zhang, now angry, says, "You're in no position to advise me." He then asks Xia if she wants more money for the stone. Xia replies, "No, I just need a favor." She explains she needs bulletproof and hard vests. Zhang says she'll have them in 3 days, but Xia insists she needs them within a day. She then gives him a jade pendant and asks him to speed it up. Zhang nods and says, "You'll have everything within half an hour." At that moment, Mistress Lin, a famous businesswoman, enters. She claims to have the most valuable item and presents a small jade tree. People assume it's nothing special, but the scientists say its value starts from 50 billion. Everyone objects in disbelief. Mistress Lin responds, "You people don't understand its value." She taps on the tree, and glowing flowers begin to bloom from it, leaving everyone stunned. After that, the judges announce the turn for the white jade pendant. Xia stands with hers. Her aunt and uncle mock her again, but when she shows the pendant, everyone is left speechless. She walks toward the stage. Shu tries to stop her, but she ignores him and enters the VIP area. On stage, Xia shows her white jade pendant. Mistress Lin mocks her, saying, "These days, everyone thinks they're VIPs. I've never even heard of such a pendant." Xia calmly responds, "If you don't even know its value, then there's no point in staying here." As she turns to leave, Mistress Lin grabs her hand and starts arguing. Suddenly, all the flowers on Lin's dress fall off. Mistress Lin accuses Xia of causing it, but Xia says, "I didn't do anything." Then, the judges explain that Xia's white jade pendant has special powers. It automatically exposes fake items when they come near it. As soon as the judges explain that the jade stone holds a spirit and that Mistress Lin's flowers couldn't withstand the beauty and energy of the white jade pendant, Mr. Sleen refuses to believe it. Just then, Mr. Liu, the organizer of the exhibition, arrives. The moment he walks in, he slaps Mistress Lin hard across the face, then takes out a crown and kneels before Xia. He says, "Your husband is waiting for you." Xia replies, "But I'm not even married yet." Mr. Liu answers, "Then please come with us. Our boss wants to meet you." Hearing this, Mistress Lin quickly jumps in, saying, "Take me instead. I'm ready." But Mr. Liu pushes her aside and has her thrown out. Meanwhile, Xia's uncle, aunt, and Mistress Lin are all gossiping and wondering what's going on. That's when they see Xia walking away and decide to follow her. They reach a place where Xia is examining weapons. Trying to sneak closer, they go near the mystical bowl, but suddenly the bowl pulls them in, transporting them to Yo Yan's world. On the other side, Xia has sent all the weapons to Yo Yan. Yo Yen and his army are thrilled to see them. As Yo Yen picks up a gun, he wonders how to use it. Just then, he finds a diary with full instructions. He begins training his army, and soon, they go into battle. In just a few minutes, they manage to defeat hundreds of thousands of enemy soldiers. Meanwhile, before taking Xia to meet the boss, Mr. Liu gives her an ancient dress. As Xia puts it on, she feels as if the dress was made just for her. Then she walks inside, and there, standing before her, is Yo Yen. And that's where the story comes to an end. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.